Hello, everyone. I'm Lopi Clint. Welcome to Late Night Meditation. As always, it's great to be here online with all of you, whether you're watching from Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. So, hello again, everyone. Hello, Rex. Hello, Mom. Hi, Kanoon. Thanks for joining here on Zoom. Hello, Julie and Jade on YouTube, and everyone watching on Facebook and Twitch. Oh, hello, Sue. Thanks for saying hi on YouTube, and hello, Gabriela. Good to see you here on Zoom. And of course, oh, and Vivi and Kunyan on Facebook. Thanks, it's great to see you all. I hope everyone's been doing well, and of course, I hope you're all doing your homework, right? Okay, so if you're brand new today, it's also a good day to start because today is our Meditate 101 day. So for Mondays, it's always nice and simple, easy, Meditation 101. Good for beginners and good review. Wednesday is our Wisdom Talk day, and Friday, a long silence. So you're welcome to all three of the classes, of course. But just so you know, if you feel like you need some extra practice, Monday's a good day. So the homework is whatever you're doing, have relaxation and awareness. It's a great way to help you practice meditation outside the meditation hall because we're always trying to do our best to get better and better, to find some calm, to find some peace. But if we wait till we meditate and sit, you don't get to practice as much as you should. In reality, practicing any time in the day, just trying to have that balance of relaxation and awareness, can start to help you find that calm, find some centeredness throughout the day. And hello, as more people came in. Hello, Ron. Hi, Andres. Thanks for joining in. And hello, Andrew on Facebook. Okay. So, as of course, if you're brand new to meditation, the great thing is it's actually quite simple to do. The hardest step is you taking the time to meditate, to make that first step into, I'm going to do it today. That's the hardest step because meditation just has those two steps, just like the homework, relaxation and awareness. So first, relax, as in sit comfortably. You don't have to be sitting upright or looking like those meditation poses and pictures. You can if you want, but if it doesn't feel comfortable to you, it's not the pose for you right now. Be comfortable first. So if you're at home, sitting on your couch, very good. Sitting on your chair, leaning on your wall, sitting on the floor against your bed, or sitting on your bed, totally fine. Be comfortable first. Actually, if you're at home, laying is actually not bad either because you're at home. If you're in a group setting, I don't recommend laying down because it's too comfortable. And the thing is, when you're very comfortable, we unintentionally start to fall asleep. So the falling asleep is not a bad thing. It's not bad if you fall asleep during meditation. Okay, it's actually very natural, especially if you haven't been relaxing much. So when you finally start to relax, you kind of doze off. You feel so comfortable, you drift away, and that's okay. It happens a lot, especially when you haven't slept enough. You've been very stressed. You've been very tense. You haven't relaxed in a while, and it's okay, especially in the beginning. But if you fall asleep in a group setting, the sleeping's not a problem. The snoring is. It starts to become an unintentional distraction to everyone. So that's why I don't recommend laying down if you're in a group setting. If you lay down just to stretch for a sec and then come back up, no problem. That's okay. All right? And hello, Hakuzo. Thanks for joining on YouTube. So, relaxation is the first step. The second step, consciousness or focus. But it's a very light focus. It's not super intense or anything like that, okay? It's gentle, relaxing, like if you look at it as scenic view, like behind me. Although in reality that's an aquarium and a painted wall. but just looking at a scenic picture is comfortable, it's relaxing. Or like in during meditation, I like to play a video. So here's the video for today. I didn't stack those rocks; they were already there. But it was nice. It was at a beach here or in a beach area on Lake Ontario here in Canada. And you know, that's why I like to have a scenic view. I also like water. That's why you can see the ripples of the water, just or the little waves of water going by. When we meditate, take your time, feel at ease. You don't have to force. It's like looking out at a scenic view. And what we're doing is actually letting our mind stay with one thing comfortably, relaxingly. I recommend a meditation object or image, and it can be anything. So I recommend a full moon, a bright star, maybe the sun, maybe an orange or an apple. Whatever feels right to you is fine, because the object that we start off with is just a way to help our mind stay still, practicing to stay with that one thing instead of trying to think of everything at once. And that's like our mind. It loves to just jump around from one thing to the next. For 1 second, we're thinking about bills. Little by little, we're thinking about something else. Thinking about your phone, work, relationships. Everything just goes all over the place. This is the nature of the mind. It loves to think. But we're practicing to let our mind slow down, not to rush to everything, but to slow down to just one thing, until eventually, even that one thing, we start to let go. But it's always a lot easier said than done. This is why we practice. As you practice more and more, it gets easier and easier. So as we meditate, if you feel like your mind's wandering, don't get mad or annoyed with yourself. You are normal, okay? Everyone here who's been meditating knows this is what happens, because that's how our mind is like. So if you're brand new, don't feel like you're doing something wrong. It's very normal. But once we realize it, now we can make adjustments. We realize our mind's wandering, bring it back to our center, back to our object, as a way to help it calm down, take it easy. Our master likes to say it's like bringing your mind home, going back to the home, your safe space. So practice little by little, okay? Don't feel like you need to be perfect, okay? That's why I say we sit in our perfect position, not because it looks perfect, but because it feels perfect, okay? You don't have to be picture perfect, because we're not meditating for pictures, okay? We're not meditating for Instagram. We're meditating for inner peace, okay? And hello, Danik. Good to see you. Hello, Miriam and iPhone. Thanks for joining in here on Zoom. So, oh, and Pat. Hello, Pat. So, as we practice, really take it easy, take your time. If you have any questions or wonders, feel free to type into the chat or into the comments, and we can talk about it after. So, take it easy, take your time, relax, don't force, don't push. Also, one other the common misunderstanding is you have to sit still when you meditate. Not true, okay? It's not so much that you have to sit still. It's more because you're comfortable, you naturally stay still. This is why when you see people who meditate, they look like they're a statue, completely still. It's not because they're trying. No one's going, trying to stay still. It's not very comfortable, right? It's very tense. Instead, they're just, I'm comfortable now, and then my body feels at ease. You don't need to move. Just like when you go to bed. No one actively goes, stay still, when they're trying to sleep, right? I hope not. It'd be very difficult to fall asleep. But what you do is just simply relax and just drift to sleep. It's just like meditation. Allow your body to just slowly, gently relax. You don't have to force it. And then when you're relaxed, your body will naturally stay still. But again, you don't have to be still. Make adjustments anytime you need to. Because we are practicing, okay? Remember, we are practicing. We are not masters. And let you know a little secret. Not really a secret, but masters also make adjustments. They don't sit completely still either. But because they practice so much, they know how much they need to adjust. And it's so very gentle, very slight. Sometimes you don't notice it. In fact, if you just wanted to watch me the whole time, I'm actually moving several times, but you might not realize it. You don't see it much. Sometimes my face, sometimes my neck. Actually, sometimes I'll pick up something and wipe my eyes. When I meditate, sometimes I get tears. So that's why I have this here. So, as we meditate, make adjustments. Do not feel like you have to be a statue. Okay? We're human beings. It's normal for us to move. Okay? All right. So, is everyone ready for some meditation? Also, hello, Claudia. Thanks for joining in. Okay, then let's get into our perfect position, as I like to call it, because it's perfect for you. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Taking a deep breath. Breathe in the cool, calm, relaxing air. And breathe out all your worries, thoughts, and responsibilities. Just let it all go. Forget about it for the time that we are meditating. Just breathe in, breathe out. Let each breath of fresh air help you become more relaxed, more comfortable. Taking a few more deep breaths, as this is a natural and easy way to relax. And once you are ready, you can return to normal breathing. And before we continue, remember to let go of all your expectations. Whatever you think or know is supposed to happen, forget about it. Let yourself feel as innocent as a child. No worries, no regrets, no responsibility. Just innocent and free. Not a care in the world. We're all just relaxing with our friends. And to add to our relaxation, let us do a body scan. Relaxing from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. You don't need to rush. Take your time. The body scan is a great way to remind ourselves to release and relax, and taking it slow, one bit by bit. So let us start at the top of your head, relaxing your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyelids, very gently closing them as if you are about to go to sleep. Letting your eyelids fall very gently, very lightly, like a feather falling on the still water. Then relaxing your nose, your cheeks, your mouth, down to your chin, letting your entire face become completely relaxed. And allow the relaxation to flow down to your neck, releasing and relaxing all the muscles in your neck, letting it loosen and lighten, being completely relaxed. And allow the relaxation to flow down to your shoulders. Feel your shoulders becoming very loose, very light. Feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. No pressure, no tension, just at ease and comfortable. Allow the relaxation to flow down to your arms. Let it trickle down from one muscle to the next, releasing and relaxing down to the tips of your fingers, allowing your arms to feel light, loose, and comfortable. And allow the relaxation to flow down to your chest, your abdomen, and your back, slowly going down your back, one vertebra at a time. Feel like you are getting a massage, releasing, relieving, and relaxing all the muscle in your back. Little by little, inch by inch, letting all the aches and pains melt away, leaving only comfort and relaxation all the way down your back. And allow the relaxation to flow down to your legs. Let it trickle down from one muscle to the next, releasing and relaxing down to the tips of your toes. And just feel your entire body completely relaxed, completely comfortable, feeling like you can sit like this forever or for as long as you'd like, As we know, the first step is relaxation, allowing our body to feel comfortable and relaxed. As I mentioned before, if you still have any discomfort at any time throughout the entire session, feel free to adjust. The first few times we meditate, you might need more time to adjust your body, and that's okay. Spending a bit of time to adjust your body is not wasted. Once you learn the position that feels best for you, it makes it easier for you to find your perfect position, easier and quicker. And even your perfect position can change after 5 minutes. So feel free to adjust into your new perfect position. As there is nothing wrong with moving, make adjustments if you need to. Because once your body is comfortable, it will allow you to go inward, because you won't be focused on your body, allowing us to do the real work, helping our mind slow down and eventually be quiet. So first, allow yourself to relax. And once your body is nice and comfortable, or at least comfortable enough, we move on to the next step, consciousness or focus. But it's a very light focus. What we do is visualize or imagine your meditation object or image. Your meditation object or image can be anything at all, whatever feels easy and comfortable to you. For example, suppose you visualize the full moon, because it's bright and shining, it's calming and cooling. The image might come to you very easily, or at least you have an idea of what it should look like. When visualizing, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just whatever feels right to you at that moment. If you can visualize it, then great. It doesn't even have to be the image. It could be the word moon, M-O-O-N, or even the feeling you get when you see the moon or feel the moonlight. Our meditation object or image, or really our meditation focus point, is a way to help our mind stay still. It's not meant as a way to force yourself to focus. It's meant to help you focus relaxingly. And many people haven't heard these two words together, focus and relax. It almost seems like an oxymoron, two opposites that don't make sense together. But in reality, it's actually the most sustainable way to be focused. If you have focus, and relaxation, it actually becomes contentment. I'm sure you've all had this experience before, like enjoying a hobby. Suppose you like to paint or play music. While you're painting or drawing or playing music, you just kind of disappear into your own world. You're there for hours, just doing that one activity, and you feel at ease, peace, sometimes even bliss. This is the balance of relaxation and awareness. Although this awareness is outward compared to meditation, we bring our awareness inward. But it's the same balance, the balance of relaxation and awareness. Not just relaxation and not just awareness. It's the balance of the two. If you have just relaxation, you'll very likely fall asleep. If you have just awareness, you'll very likely feel stiff, uncomfortable. You actually might even get a headache due to trying so hard. It's a balance, balancing relaxation and awareness, letting your mind focus on that object or image or feeling, but not so much that it feels stressful or forceful. It's light, it's gentle, it's comfortable, it's enjoyable. So a nice rule of thumb during meditation is if you feel comfortable, you're going the right direction. But if you start to feel discomfort, you might be trying too hard. Whether it be trying too hard to focus or trying too hard to look perfect. Again, remember, meditation is for inner peace, not Instagram. Don't worry about how you look. No one is watching. It's time for us to relax our body and relax our mind, because meditation should never feel like work. It should feel like a mini vacation. So allow yourself to relax your body and relax your mind. And even as our mind starts to calm down, understand that our mind might still begin to wander, thinking of this or that. It's the nature of the mind. I recommend using a mantra. A mantra is a word, a phrase, or a sound. Something that helps us come back to our center, helps us release, relax, come back to a bit of calm. The mantra we like to use: Sam Mo Arhan. Sam Mo Mo. You can repeat this mantra in your mind as many times as you'd like, or use your own mantra, word or phrase. For example, relax, relájate, sabay, clear and bright. Use your mantra and your meditation object as your tools to help calm and soothe your mind, and to bring your mind back to your center, back to your object. Mo. Now, let us continue in silence, letting our mind be calm, clear, and peaceful. Let us begin spreading loving kindness. Spreading loving kindness is like spreading out your heart, sending out good intentions to all beings. So let us visualize our object as we have been doing, and imagine that your object becomes crystal clear, clean, and bright. And at the center of your object, there is a bright light. This light is very special. All those who touch this light are instantly happier, healthier, and more at peace. So we let this light illuminate our body, filling our body with light. And let this light shine out from us, filling the room. And let this light spread far and wide, filling the city, filling the state or province, filling the country and the surrounding country, until filling the entire world, and now throughout the universe. Thinking of our loved ones, our family, our friends, our close and distant relatives, our coworkers, acquaintances, all the people you know, and all the people you don't know, to all sentient beings, all the animals in this world, and even thinking to the heavens, to our friends and relatives who have passed away, wishing well for every one of them. And as we are spreading loving kindness, let us make this wish together for us all to be happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, to gain wisdom, attain enlightenment, for world peace. Let us take a moment to make our own good wishes. Sabbe Buddha Parapata Pajeka Nanjayang Palang Arahanta Nanjate Jenarakampanthami Sapaso Sapaputthanupavena Sapathammanupavena Sapasanghanupavena Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. And now, very gently and at your own pace, opening your eyes. Take your time as we slowly come back. You can take in a few deep breaths, do a little stretch if you'd like, as we slowly Come back. How is everyone feeling? As always, take a moment to notice how you feel right now that we finished the meditation. Every time we meditate, it's either a good session or an almost good session. There are no bad sessions, okay? Why I say this is because when it feels good, great, try and do it again. Some days it's a bit challenging, not quite so great. That's okay. Now you know your challenges. It's always beneficial. So when you learn what doesn't work for you, don't do that again. For example, let's say you sat in a certain way that didn't feel very comfortable. Don't do that again. Right? So sit more comfortably. Find a different cushion. Sit in a different place, a different spot. We always make adjustments. And as we make adjustments, it helps us continue to grow. It's like if you try to plant a tree in a pot. At first, it will grow in the pot just fine. But suppose this tree is meant to be like let's say it was a pine tree, and you're having a small pot. The pot's not going to survive. The tree's going to keep growing, and then it's going to break the pot. That's like us being too strict. But if you give it space, it'll continue to grow and grow, allowing you to get better and better. So don't be too strict. Adjust. Because when you make adjustments, you start to realize, oh, okay, this is what I need to do. And then when you know what you need to do, then you can be a little strict, but not too strict. All right? Always make adjustments. It always helps you move forward. So, before we go into questions and comments, one more little thing I wanted to share with you all. A little bit of words of wisdom. For today, think positive. Okay? So, this is from my master. He says, if we are smart in how we think, we will choose only positive thoughts. This is only half the quote, but this alone is already, think about that. We can choose what we think. In other words, no one tells us you have to think happy. No one says you have to think sad. No one says you have to think mad, angry, or worried. We do it to ourselves. So take that time to look for something a bit more positive. It doesn't mean that, positivity doesn't mean everything's butterflies and rainbows, okay? I like to say this a lot. It does not mean that. If you do that and think, oh, everything is awesome, when in reality, no, it's not. We had to go, oh, the positivity lifts you up. So I have the energy to deal with what's in front of me. Because everything isn't awesome. But whatever isn't awesome, I can do something to make it a little bit better. How I can fix it, how can I adjust? Instead of, I can't do anything, so that's just how it is. Then you feel worse. Okay? Even if it's something you can't change. For example, let's say you hate the rain and it's raining. It's raining so much it starts to snow. So it's getting really bad. Well, we can't do anything about the weather, but you can adjust to it. You can wear something warmer, you can have an umbrella, right? There are different things you can do to adjust to it. And that's what we do. So positivity is for us to realize we can think more positively. Looking for positivity helps us look for a solution when we have a problem. It helps us have the mindset that we can do it instead of I'm stuck. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay? So this is why I like to split this quote in half. Because this one is already just the fact that it's you choose. Okay? You choose the thought. So you have that ability to decide for yourself. What is it you want to think about? Try and think this way. Even if you start to lean a little bit negative, that's okay. We're human. We're going to think in every direction. But when you start to realize it's going the way that you don't really want it to go, okay, let's stop here. Slide our way back. Get some peace. And then move forward. Okay? So I hope you all think positively. So now let me say hello to everyone. Oh, hello Amit and Tenzin on Facebook. And then hello, let's see who came in. Hello Simon. Hello Eric, Mom. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so our first question has come from YouTube. So, let me show the YouTube because every once in a while I can show that. So, this was asking, have you ever noticed a return on all the light you send out? I like how you use that. So a return, as in, so he's talking about when we spread loving kindness at the end, and I tell you all to send a light, that spread that light of peace, and just send it out. I can say yes. From my own experience, I feel it pretty instantly. It's because when you spread that light, what you're doing is first, you yourself have to have some light, some kind of peace, some peace energy. And with that peace energy, you start to let it out. You let it grow and just spread out. It's like a candlelight. It starts off as just one candle, right? And then you can share your candlelight to another candle, right? And what happens? Do you lose your flame? Normally, no. If it's a windy day, maybe. But normally, you light another candle, both candles are lit. Same flame. You don't lose your flame. It spreads. It moves on. I've also experienced it from some of my meditative friends. They were telling me that they were meditating. They were on a retreat. So at that time, like a 7-day retreat, so they had a very, very strong, very, very good meditation. And then they were thinking of me, and they spread loving kindness to me. And I said, yeah, I could feel it. The thing is, it's not something that everyone can feel very normally, but once in a while, you just have like this bit of energy. You go, what's this? What's going on? Uh, it's it's kind of like how some people feel like there's like a guardian angel or just someone around, kind of give me some energy. It has that feeling. It's real. It's out there. you just we're just not always so aware of it. So yeah. Okay. Oh, here's a question here on Zoom. Kinun's asking, do you notice, LP, that the quality of meditation changes or the feeling experienced is different in the AM from PM or after exercise, for example? Yes. Everyone experiences a little bit different depending on the time. Not only the time, what you've been doing beforehand, and even what you're about to do afterward. There are so many different factors, and everyone's a little bit different because each factor affects everyone differently. For example, someone who likes to exercise, doing it after exercise can be quite nice. Uh, or for some people, after they exercise, they just fall asleep because they're tired from the exercise. So you see, it changes from person to person. Same with morning and night. Venerable Daniel, once my student, and then we like to share information together. There was one time I asked him, how can I continue to improve? Because at that time, actually, even to this day, he is now, he's excelled beyond me now. I'm very, very proud of him. So I asked him for advice, and I asked him, how can I improve on my meditation? He said, well, you're doing enough meditation for sure, but have you tried, you know, different quadrants of the day? I thought, what do you mean? He's like, well, for example, let's say, somewhere in the early morning where it's still dark, like before 6, maybe, and then another time from between 6 a.m. to noon, another time from noon to 6, another time from 6 to midnight. I'm like, huh. So yeah, try each quadrant. Why? Because each person, each individual person, we have that time that just feels right to us. It feels more comfortable to us. Some people are morning people. They like it in the morning. Some people are night people. Like me, I used to be a morning person. My optimal time for meditation used to be 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Nowadays it's 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. because of late night. So I've been practicing and teaching like this all the time. That now this has become my best time. So it's all like that. It can adjust. So that's how these different things do affect us. Also interesting. The next question from YouTube, Huggs was asking, can sunlight affect someone's mood? Um, Through empirical evidence, there is a correlation. That means there is some relationship to having sunlight and our mood. We do tend to feel a lot happier, be a bit more free and energized. Also, for example, places that don't get enough sun or don't get a lot of it tend to have higher suicide rates, which is pretty sad. So it shows that there is definitely some correlation. I would say it's also from person to person. In general, most people enjoy the sunlight. Some people like it cloudy, just because they don't want to be so hot. So I'm one of those people. Like I love the sun, but if it's a sunny, like if it's bright but it's cloudy for the most part, where I don't have to deal with the sun, I can enjoy outside longer. That's my view. but uh, but yeah, everyone's different, so it does affect us. We just have to be mindful of it ourselves. See, how am I affected by each thing? And the thing is, as you meditate more and more, you start to realize it more because we start to be more observant of ourselves. Okay? And thank you for the question. Oh, here's another one. All right, Hakusa has another good question here. He says, is true wealth obtained when you have just enough? True wealth. Well, thing is, in Buddhism, we don't really call wealth either true or not true. We call it worldly wealth, as in wealth that we use in this world, and spiritual wealth, as in wealth that we gain from spirituality. And really, the wealth of spirituality is Bun, our merit, our good energy that we gain from doing good deeds and purifying the mind. So the thing is, they will kind of correlate. Funny, we're using scientific terms today, but they have a relation because when you have more good energy, good spiritual energy, it attracts the worldly things. It's why some people are just so lucky. Why do they always get this? Why do they always get that? They have a lot of boon within them that attracts that. And the three types of boon, the three types of merit, they attract different things. So I may have explained it before when I talked about merit. There are three ways: dana, sila, pavana. Dana is generosity. Generosity by giving. Giving brings wealth. It attracts wealth to us. It's like we're not trying to be wealthy, but by doing goodness, the universe has to give it back. That's karma. So we end up getting it back. And as those who practice it very regularly, it tends to come back pretty quickly. For those who are just starting out, it's not going to happen right away. It's okay. Take your time, okay? Little by little. And generosity doesn't have to be money. It can be your time, your energy, your wisdom, your advice, okay? From there, there's sila. Sila is precepts or morality that we've been talking about last week. And again, I'll continue with it on this Wednesday. So precepts are, you could say, morality, or it's a guide to help us keep on a path of not adding bad karma. If we break a precept, it's us adding bad karma. We're adding salt to our water. And then because of it, it makes it difficult for us to move forward. But by keeping precepts or by keeping morality, it brings good health. It's like, because we're not harming others. We're not killing, we're not stealing, we're not harming others. So it actually brings us good health. Then there's pavana, the third one. Pavana means purifying the mind, like meditation. When you purify the mind, it brings wisdom. So this is why we need all three. We can't do just one or the other. Or you could, but it will be just like that. Where if you're only very generous at one life, the next life you might be very rich. But because you only did generosity, you're very rich, not very strong, you're not very healthy, not very smart. That's not good, right? Or let's say you do only meditation. Oh, I'm gonna meditate, and then you're very wise, but you're not healthy, you're not rich, you don't have any money, you're struggling, like something like that. Or you just keep your precepts, handsome, beautiful, but poor, unable to care for yourself, or something like that, or not very smart. It's very much like that. That's why we practice all three in how much we can. You don't have to be a saint. This is knowledge to understand how karma works. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. But this is the information that's out there for you. That this is what the Buddha taught us. He was a great teacher, not a god. But sharing with us, this is the wisdom that we can help us move forward. Understanding that, yeah. So back to the question, the true wealth. When we have the right amount of wealth, or really, would you say it's just enough? It's really, if we are content with what we have, you could say the true wealth is our peace and happiness in life. If we can have that, yeah, I find that is the true wealth if that's what you're going toward. Because you really can't buy it. You can't buy peace. You can't buy happiness. You can try, but it just doesn't work. Why is it that both poor people and rich people can have unhappiness? You know, and at the same time, both rich people and poor people can have happiness. It's like, why are some people are just, they have everything but they're miserable. Some people have nothing but they're so happy. It's like, what's going on here? Because it's not the material that does it. Okay, so allow ourselves to realize that when we have the good energy, we can definitely continue to be very happy and find peace. This question reminds me of this kid that asked me. Uh, I was walking in a park back when I was in New Jersey, and there's a park across the street. So I go and take strolls over there once in a while. And this young boy just came up to me and said, "Hey, are you really rich?" I'm like, um, no, I have like no money. It's like, oh, I thought you were really rich. I'm just like, I wonder what he thought that made him think that I was rich. But I thought it was interesting. Okay. Oh, the comment from Tenzin says one of my favorite teachers, LB Clint. Satu, satu, satu. Thank you. I'm glad to be one of your favorites. Uh, overall, I just do what I can to help you all understand. And you know, one thing is, I'm very, very fortunate to have many, many wonderful teachers and masters that I am lucky to understand their language, so I can share it with you all. Of course, there's a lot more that I still haven't learned as much yet, but I say there's not much, or I haven't learned much, but then when I look at how much I've been able to share with you all, it's not a little either. I'm very glad I've been absorbing quite a bit, but you know, as long as you feel like there's more that you can learn, you won't stop, and then you'll continue to grow and get better. That's one thing I continue to strive for, because one thing to be aware of when you think that you're good, you think that you're good enough, it means you hit the top and you're going to keep going down. Keep moving forward, everyone. Keep going up. Let's get better and better always. No matter what age, no matter how much you already know. Make sure our teacup is not always full. If you've never heard that story, I'll share another time. Okay, then, as time has now come to a close, I'd like to give you all a blessing before we go. May you all be blessed with happiness, good health, wealth, success in your lives. May you be surrounded by good friends who will always guide you into light, in times of darkness and in times of need. And when you close your eyes to meditate, may you attain inner peace easily and quickly in every lifetime. So thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching from. And remember, a smile a day keeps the stress away. So everyone, keep smiling and let's brighten up the world together. So for everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, see you guys next time. And for those on Zoom, feel free to stay longer if you'd like to chat. Take care, everyone.